Kanto has some awesome shinies, like the beautiful blue Mew or the super underrated shiny Sandslash, and of course, the iconic red Gyarados. But are these original shinies strong enough to beat the newest games? Well, I spent all my waking hours hunting around Paldea, finding shiny Kanto Pokemon, just to answer this question. And to torture myself even more, I'll be using the hardcore Nuzlocke rules, which means my shiny Kanto Pokemon can die at any moment. And oh boy, do we lose some incredible shinies. Well, let's just jump right into it. Now for these shiny runs, I like to start with a shiny starter, but these guys are not only shiny locked, but they're also not Kanto Pokemon. But this intro did give me time to think about which of the 3 Kanto starters I wanted to start my journey with. And well, after looking at the teams of the first 2 gym leaders, the choice was kind of obvious. Oh my god, yes! Wait, that was so quick! That was only like 200 eggs. Oh my god, look at him! He's so freaking... Oh, he's so cute. This is the worst of the 3, by the way, I think. But still. Oh, I'm so glad that didn't take very long. Look at him. Hell yeah. And so Zuko the Charmander is my first team member, and he is pumped to take on the first gym. And well, why wouldn't he be? This is such a free win for my fiery salamander, as his Terra boosted Embers cooks up Katie's bugs. And not only do we get our first badge, but Zuko also evolves into Charmeleon, getting one step closer to seeing that amazing shiny Charizard. You know, if he makes it that far, which might be difficult since we now have to take on the Stony Cliff Titan. I was in desperate need for a new team member, and well, I thought it'd be cool to add another Kanto starter to the team, and after only like 200 eggs or so, we hatched the newest shiny. Oh, that has to be shiny. Shell check, shell check. Yes! Let's go! Oh, what a dude. This might be my favorite of the 3 initial shinies. The green shell is so cool, man. Look at him. His little tail wag. Oh, this is another quick egg hunt. Let's go. Getting so lucky. Katara here is a certified cutie. I mean, just look at her play in the rain. But Katara doesn't stay playful for long, as my little shiny turtle locks right in against the Cliff Titan, beating both phases with a few boosted water pulses. And look at how pumped she is. Katara was so pumped from winning her first big battle that she begins to evolve, and honestly, shiny Wartortle looks pretty damn good. I like how it turns into more of a purple as opposed to the light blue shiny Squirtle, and still keeps the iconic green shell. With the Titan defeated, I thought it'd be a good time to get a new shiny, and I'm sure you can all guess who I'd be hunting next. I mean, I can't have Charmander and Squirtle without using my boy Bulbasaur. I mean, he's my favorite Pokemon of all time. I have a Bulbasaur shrine. He's my mascot. Dare I say, he's my son. So tell me why it took over 3,000 eggs. This was Masuda method, by the way, so that's like over 4 times odds, I think. Something like that. Something crazy like that. Like, hello? Have you seen my son? He was meant to come home, like, 2,000 eggs ago. Anyway, he did finally show up, and it was a really big moment for me. Yes! Yes! Let's go! Oh my god. Finally! Yes! This took forever. Oh, my only child refused to come home. Oh god. Whew. I can call off the search, dude. My god. Oh, dude. So much relief. Like, my chest was feeling so tight. It's gone. I feel light. Like I could fly. Oh my god. I named my shiny Bulbasaur Upper. And if you can guess the naming theme for this video, then I'll heart your comment. Guaranteed. And with a level cap of 17, Upper could evolve, but I decided to stop his metamorphosis because, well, I just wanted to use Bulbasaur in at least one major battle. I mean, Charmander and Squirtle got their time in the spotlight, it's only fair. Sadly, Upper doesn't learn a poison type attacking move, so I had to go on the hunt for the Acid Spray TM. But along the way, something crazy happened. Oh, wait. Is that Shiny Lechonk? Oh, it is. Hey, buddy. What's up? You're not a Kanto Pokemon. Aww. Hey, little pig. I'm gonna call you Pepper. Alright, well, yeah. This is both, fortunate and unfortunate. I guess more fortunate than anything, but okay, cool. Random shiny. This wouldn't be the last time I'd run into a shiny I can't use, but don't worry, I'll be giving them all away to my Discord members, so join through the link below. I finally found the Acid Spray TM, which I teach to Upper, and now he's ready to fight for the second badge. Do you think Brassius does this every time someone challenges him? Because if so, his knees are cooked. And so is his Petalil, as it can't put Upper to sleep, and Mega Drain barely tickles him. So he's free to set up a couple of growths, boosting his special attack. And just like Brassius' Fibula, his first two grass types are destroyed. His Ace Sudowoodo, however, has a base attack stat of 100 and Rock Throw, which is a pretty deadly combo for this early in the game, especially when it survives an Acid Spray. But it ends up throwing by using Trailblaze, so another Acid Spray can take it down for our second badge. And Upper yips into an Ivysaur. And I must say the bright yellow bulb does look incredible, but I'm sad to see my little guy grow up so quickly. God. Time passes so fast, you don't even have time to look back on the good times. Now, the Kanto starters are pretty iconic, but they aren't the most iconic Kanto Pokemon. That title is obviously reserved for the franchise mascot, everyone's favorite mouse, Pikachu. Now, Pikachu is iconic, but its shiny, not so much. Which makes it really hard to shiny hunt because I'm constantly scanning each and every encounter. But while my paranoia consumes me, let me ask you all a quick question. Who's your favorite Gen 1 Pokemon? Mine is, well, I don't know if you could tell, but mine's Bulbasaur. And while in the comments, if you're enjoying the video, consider hitting that like button and subscribing. I'm trying to hit 50k before my birthday in July, and it's the best way to support the channel. And after hours of resetting this outbreak, I do finally find my next shiny. Wait, is that... is that shiny? Dude, oh my god, yes! I've been so paranoid that I just had to look up a shiny Pikachu video to make sure I knew what it looked like. Yes! Hang on, I'll bring up the video, one sec. See? Just about to go watch some videos on it. Oh. Anyway, cool. Shiny Pikachu, let's go. Momo is definitely cute, but I needed more power from him. So I went on the hunt for a Thunderstone, which I used to evolve Momo into a Raichu. And I actually really like Raichu, both shiny and regular. And I think it's a really slept on Pokemon, especially when it's an easy counter to the Sky Titan. I mean, she's so close to one-shotting Phase 1, and just straight up solos Phase 2, as Knackley just sits there spamming Rock Polish. That was the hardest Titan in the game, and Momo cleared it like it was nothing. What a beast. More respect on Raichu's name, please. Plus, it has one of the best cards in Paldea Evolved, it's so cute. Now, my team is pretty strong, but they aren't well equipped to take on Giacomo's Dark-type Starmobile. So I wanted to add a Fairy or Fighting type to the team. And my first pick was Clefairy, but it's too high level, so I went looking at the Gen 1 fighting types, and I would have loved to use a shiny Machop as it feels like the most Gen 1 fighting type, but it's sadly not in Scarlet and Violet, and I've already used shiny Primeape in past videos, so I decided I was going to add either Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan to the team. The only problem is they are Indigo Disc encounters, so I once again went back to hatching eggs. And after the Bulba hunt, I was dreading the idea of hatching hundreds of more eggs, but it ended up being pretty kind to me. Oh my god. That was so quick. That's like, that was under 60 eggs because I only did like one batch. Wow. Okay. Dude, this shiny Tyrogue looks so good. Wow, that was so quick. Sweet. Now, Tyrogue's evolution method is pretty interesting, with it evolving into Hitmonlee if its attack stat is higher than its defense, but if its defense stat is higher, then it'll evolve into Hitmonchan. So I had to go EV training to get my desired evolution, which did end up being Hitmonchan. And with it finally becoming a Gen 1 Pokemon, Jet can join the team, and just in time to take on Giacomo. Giacomo starts the battle with his Pawniard, which does have Aerial Ace, which is super effective against Jet. But I'm confident he can tank the attack, so he sets up a Swords Dance. And honestly, after all the defense EV training, I thought Aerial Ace would do less damage. But hey, it doesn't really matter because Drain Punch instantly heals Jet back to full HP. And unlike Pawniard, Giacomo's Starmobile has zero coverage against fighting types, so Jet can just run it off the road with a combo of Drain Punch and Mach Punch, winning my shiny Kanto team their first Starfall badge. This brings us to quite possibly the hardest fight in the game, the third gym leader Iono. Because how do you prepare for an ace that has no weaknesses? Well, she uses electric types, so getting my hands on a ground type might be a good start. So I head over to Kitakami, where something once again crazy happens. Oh, wait, dude, what? Shiny Rolls! Hey, bro, what's up? Oh my god, that... Well, it's the second random shiny I can't use. Alright. Okay. Well, that works. Cool, another shiny for the Discord. See if I can catch it in a Great Ball so it matches. Okay. Well, that isn't a ground type, nor is it a Kanto Pokemon. Now my actual target was Sandshrew, as both Sandshrew and Sandslash have great shinies, with Sandshrew becoming a beautiful green, and Sandslash getting some crazy red spikes. God, it looks so good. So I was a bit disappointed when I found this. Oh, wait, it's a shiny Mudbray. Is it Mud Spray? It's a shiny Donkey. Horse? I don't know, man. Look, it's just not the shiny I'm looking for. Well, third shiny for the Discord. Well, at least you guys are winning. And well, this also wasn't what I was looking for. Oh, wait. Okay, look, at least I could use this one, I guess, you know. I've got that going for us. Come here, bud. Oh my god. Harper, get your big thing out of the way. Let me have a look. Alright, well, it's not as bad. Now at least I can use Toph the Geodude, but I still wanted a shiny Sandslash, and I wasn't leaving until I had it in my party. And I spent so much time here that a Sandslash outbreak eventually spawned. And after another 5 hours, it did finally appear. Oh, yes! Wait, that's shiny, let's go. Oh, finally. Oh, you took way longer than you should have. Where are you? Hello? Hello? Oh, there you are. Oh my, get over here, dude. Oh, it looks so freaking cool though. Though, I won't lie, I still kind of wish I found it as a Sandshrew. But you know, I definitely won't complain because it's going to evolve it anyway. I don't know, it's just like I wanted to see I just wanted to see, oh my god. I just wanted to see shiny Sandshrew. Wow. It's so beautiful though. I wanted to show off Badgermole's power straight away against Iono, but of course Nemona is here to get in the way. But Momo just sets up a couple of nasty plots and blasts her whole team with Thunderbolts for an easy win. Thank you for wasting everyone's time, Nimona, but now we're on to the real challenge. Well, it would be a challenge if it wasn't for my massive brain and her awful lead Pokemon Wattrel. This Pokemon is straight cheeks, and it only uses physical moves. So Momo uses Charm to lower its already pitiful 40 attack to -6. I can then send in Badgermole, who safely sets up to +6 with Swords Dance while taking barely any damage thanks to leftovers and Momo's charming personality. Once at +6, Badgermole hits Wattrel with a Rapid Spin, which not only takes it down, but also gives Badgermole +1 speed. This means he can easily outspeed both Bellibolt and Luxio, getting a pair of easy Okos with Bulldoze. Leaving Iono with her ace Mismagius. And I honestly thought with the Rapid Spin, Badgermole would be able to outspeed, but it wasn't enough. And Mismagius uses Confuse Ray, which could be a problem, but Badgermole is locked in, and a Rapid Spin fails to get the one shot. Oh man. Well, let's pray Badgermole doesn't hit himself. Oh, he just snaps out of confusion. Well, cool. That was easy. Well, I know I said this battle was hard, but I guess I've just never had a Badgermole on my side. The next 3 battles are super easy as Katara sweeps Mela with a couple of rain boosted serves. Zuko then cooks up the worm, but he doesn't do a cute little dance at the end and he just kind of screams, so F tier for victory dances. As for Kofu, Momo sets up a single nasty plot and then T-bolts his whole team for an easy 4th gym badge. The fun is now officially over though, because we now have to face Atticus, and my lord do I hate this guy. To prepare for this awful battle, I evolved Toph into Golem, a trait evolution that I barely get to use, so I'm pretty excited. And well, while leveling up some of the other squad members, I ran into this. Dude. There was a shiny Rufflet, I swear to God. I don't know where the group went. Oh wait, maybe this is it? Yeah, that's it, look! Yes! What's this? 4th? 4th, like, shiny that I can't use? Still a really cool shiny though. Oh, so cool. I literally check every single Rufflet group when I'm in the Asado Desert, because I'm like, statistically, I'm bound to run into one eventually, and I finally did it. Throughout the 2 years of doing Scarlet and Violet videos. God bless. I then have another really exciting evolution as Appa evolves into his final form, becoming the biggest boy imaginable. I kind of wish I could ride a Venusaur. That'd be so sick. One of my life dreams, which obviously won't come true because they're not real. But anyway. Even with these upgrades, I was feeling really nervous for the upcoming battle. So in an attempt to ease my nerves, I decided to hunt for another Kanto shiny. And I really wanted a Psychic type. But Alakazam isn't actually in Scarlet and Violet, but shiny Alakazam is mid anyway. So instead, I'll hunt for one of the dopest Psychic type shinies ever made. Oh, hello. Oh my god. Hiding around the corner like the creepy little pig you are, eh bud? God damn. Get over here. Alright, shiny Drowsy. Let's go. Okay, these guys are a bit freaky looking, but you have to admit it's a pretty great shiny. And I haven't used a Hypno in what feels like years, so I sure do hope nothing tragic happens to Doorman here. However, in the fight against Atticus, something tragic always does seem to happen. Case in point, Toph gets flinched turn 1 by Skunktank's Sucker Punch, thanks to its stench ability. It then immediately follows that up by badly poisoning poor Toph, but I can at least counter that with a held Petra Berry, curing the poison. And for all the suffering it's caused her, Toph one-shot Skunktank with an Earthquake, which then brings out her small Reveroom, which outspeeds and hits a nasty Iron Head before getting one-shot by another Earthquake. Muck is next, and a Sludge Wave barely leaves Toph above red HP, but she is able to get yet another one-hit knockout with an Earthquake. Toph single-handedly dispatched Atticus's grunt Pokemon, but she's too low to take on the Starmobile. So I switch into Badgermole, who gets crit by the incoming spin out. God damn it. And because of that crit, he's only able to land 2 bulldozers before being brought down to just 20 HP. Since Badgermole triggered the Starmobile's ability, the field is now covered in toxic spikes. But we can send in Upper, who is able to absorb the spikes thanks to his poison typing, which makes it just a little bit safer to send in Doorman, who honestly takes a lot more damage from a flame charge than expected. But at least he can outspeed and land a Psybeam for some decent damage as it continues to spam flame charge. But we still outspeed on the following turn, and Psybeam is just 1 hit away from bringing it into the red. Sadly though, I did miscalculate Doorman's speed, and that last flame charge was enough for the Starmobile to become faster than my purple Predator, and a Noxus Torque sadly claims the first death of the run. In my desperation to let Doorman get the spotlight, I caused his death, and the light of his life has now been darkened forever. I'm so sorry, Doorman. From here, Momo can clean up the fight with a few Thunderbolts, but gets dangerously close to losing her life as well. But in the end, Doorman was the only life lost. But I promise you all that next time I face Atticus, I won't let a single Pokemon die. For now though, I must move on. There is light at the end of the Atticus tunnel as the level cap has increased to level 36, which means Katara can evolve into Blastoise. And my god, this shiny looks so tough. The purple paired with the beautiful green shell, just chef's kiss. Zuko also gets to evolve into probably the best shiny in all of Kanto as it becomes this beautiful black Charizard. Such an iconic and dope shiny. Look, Larry uses normal types and I could have just destroyed him with Jet, but I wanted to show off my new beautiful shinies, so instead I start the battle with Zuko. And I honestly thought a Terra boosted flamethrower could one-shot Kamala, but it lives on red HP. This is super unfortunate because it's now able to hit a yawn. So while Zuko can finish it off with a second flamethrower, he does fall asleep at the end of the turn. So when Larry sends in his Dunsparce, I'm forced to switch into Katara, who of course gets smashed by a critical hit drill run on the switch. Sadly, Katara's Surf is doing pretty poor damage as the Dunsparce glares at her, which does paralyze poor Katara. So now the Dunsparce outspeeds and Hyper Drill does nasty damage, proccing our Citrus Berry. But I came up with a pretty risky plan. Okay, with the Citrus Berry healing, we should survive another Hyper Drill, alright? If it doesn't crit, we survive another Hyper Drill, and it puts us into Torrent range. And I'm pretty sure Torrent boosted Surf kills, so don't crit. Don't crit. Big, don't get fully paralyzed. Let's go. Alright, this will KO. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. Well, thankfully that worked out well. As for Larry's ace, it only has 2 moves, and Toph resists both of them, so she easily tanks its attacks, and retaliates with a couple of earthquakes, winning the battle and our 5th badge. Now, I mentioned before that I wanted a shiny Clefairy, and now felt like the perfect time to go find it. So off I went to the Crystal Lake with a Fairy Power 2 sandwich and began running in circles. And this was the longest hunt of the whole run. Well, like encounter hunt, because Bulbasaur was longer. As I spent 12 hours scouting this area before finally a pair of green ears popped up. Oh, yes, 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 yes! Finally! Yes! Hello! You're so cute! Get in the ball. We'll get in the battle. You know what I mean. Yes, finally. This took me forever. I think 12 hours probably. My god. Oh. Nothing better than finally finding the target, bro. Alright. Let's get this thing in a ball. I think Dust Ball should work. It's kind of green. It's not the same green as its ears, but it's green enough. 1, 2, 3. Yes! I instantly evolve UA into a Clefairy, which is one of my favorite shinies of all time. I know it's a really simple change, but I really love the green ears. It's just so freaking cute. And even though I was super happy with my new shiny, I wasn't quite done hunting. And my next target is considered one of the best Gen 1 Pokemon, but probably the worst shiny in the franchise. Wait, is that one? Is that shiny? I think it is. It's hard to tell in this game, I swear. No, that's gonna be shiny. That's gonna be. Come here, bud. Come on, let's see. Sparkle. Yeah, no, it is. Look, the purple on the thing. Yes! The little, like, purple head. And obviously the blue. It's just not, I just feel like it's not a very vibrant blue, okay? Not in these games anyway. But we did it! Shiny Ghastly. I sure do hope it keeps the blue. Anyway, having a Gengar is going to be pretty cool. Ever since I was a kid, I've always enjoyed the theory that Gengar is the shadow of Clefable. So in a way to honor that theory, I decided to use Soccer and Yue in the double battle against Rhyme. They don't only look great together, they also have a great synergy, as Soccer is super frail, whereas Yue is fairly bulky. So she can redirect the super effective moves targeting Soccer onto herself with Follow Me, which lets Soccer freely fire off a Terra boosted Hex into Bayonet for a quick one-hit KO. Rhyme then sends in her Houndstone, but with the crowd's Omni Boost, Soccer can easily one-shot it with another Hex, and Yue can proc Mimikyu's Disguise with a Moonblast. And so Rhyme has to send in her Ace Toxtricity, but it just gets smashed by a Hex. And thanks to all these stat boosts from Rhyme's crowd, Yue's stored power becomes a mini nuke that finishes off Mimikyu for the win, and for our 6th badge. Look, they even victory pose in Synergy. These two are just two peas in a pod, or two bodies in a shadow, you know what I mean. I've played so much Scarlet that I just forgot that in Violet you actually verse Iron Treads instead of the Great Tusk. Luckily, Zuko has a good matchup against both, as Flamethrower one-shots Phase 1, and Phase 2 was over in 2 Flamethrowers. And then we have another quick, easy battle against Nemona before I quickly found myself challenging Tulip for my 7th badge. Sadly, Tulip does lead the battle with Farigarath, which is a Psychic normal type, which means it's immune to Shadow Ball. So Sokka has to opt to using Dark Pulse instead, which ends up being a 2-hit KO. But all it does is set up a useless Reflect, and from here it was as simple as firing off Terra boosted Shadow Balls for double one-shots. Her Ace Florges, however, is a bit tankier and survives a Shadow Ball before retaliating with a nasty Moonblast. But even with the Moonblast lowering Sokka's special attack, he can still finish it off with a second Shadow Ball, winning me the 7th badge, leaving just one more gym left. But Jet is the perfect Pokemon to take on Grusha's Ice types. The only one not weak to fighting type moves is his Frostmoth, but a 4-time super effective Fire Punch quickly takes it down. As for her Beartic, it gets clapped by a Terra boosted Close Combat, and next is his Titan. But it also can't handle a close combat, so Grusha is quickly left with his Ace Altaria. But it also just gets cleanly one-shot for a super easy final gym badge. I still have a few battles before I take on the Elite Four, and first is Ortega. And while I already have 2 incredible poison types, I still wanted to hunt for another shiny, and this is yet another shiny Kanto Pokemon that I feel doesn't get enough love, and is overall a great poison type. Oh! Hello. Waiting just out of the field of view for me, bud. Hello. Boop. Like, okay, you can't tell me this shiny doesn't go hard. Like, look at it. It's actually kind of sick, no? Am I crazy for this? Chat, am I crazy? I think it's freaking cool. In preparation for the Fairy Star boss, I evolved Smellabee into the amazing shiny Weezing. Seriously, this shiny looks so dope. The teal body, the purple gas, it's just so cool. And I hear no one talking about it. So let's give Shiny Weezing the spotlight it deserves. And well, Smellabee starts showing off straight away by one-shotting Ortega's Azumarill with a Sludge Bomb. She then outspeeds Wigglytuff and gets yet another one-hit KO as Ortega sends in his Dash Bun, which is a pretty fast Pokemon, so it does outspeed, but its crunch barely tickles Smellabee and she gets her third KO. Ortega's Starmobile has no way to get through Smellabee's insane defense stat, so she can comfortably sit back and finish the battle with a couple of Sludge Bombs, taking us one step closer to challenging the Elite Four. Next on the to-do list is the False Dragon, but when I started traveling over to the lake, I found a Grimer outbreak. And while Shiny Muck isn't nearly as cool as Weezing, I might as well quickly grab myself another Shiny. Ooh, Shiny Grimer. Alright, this is a bit more of a side quest hunt than personal I'd like, but pretty damn cool. Look at him, he's like, what? Where'd my Grimer go? Oh my god. I'm gonna have to reset. Alright, let's just... Give me a sec. Okay. My Grimer still isn't here. Oh my... Maybe I gotta reset one more time. And then I'll... hopefully it works. Oh, there he is. Okay. I don't know what that was about. But we did it! Alright, that was a lot of stress for a shiny I didn't even want that badly. But hey, free shiny's a free shiny, I suppose. Easy peasy. Now, I do have to apologize to the 2 shiny Muck fans, but I don't use Muck at all. I don't even give it a nickname. I'm sorry. But hey, it's still cool to have, I guess. Now, the main reason for this is because my team is already pretty powerful, especially against the False Titan. The Dodonzo phase is always pretty easy, as Momo just fires off a couple of Thunderbolts to end the fight. But the Tatsugiri always gives me trouble. But this time, I have Yue, who beats the little Tatsu with a couple of Moonblasts, and then hits us with an S-tier victory dance. It's so cute! I'm now left with the final Team Star boss before I can take on the Elite Four. And while Yue is a fairy type, I wasn't confident in her safely winning the battle against Eri, so I decided to hunt for one of the coolest and most powerful Gen 1 Pokemon. And this little noodle took forever to sparkle. But of course, I did eventually find my pink noodle serpent thing. Is that shiny? Oh, it is. That has to be. Yes! Oh my god. Shiny Dratini! My favorite little noodle. Oh, it's so cute. Oh man. I evolved my noodle snake into a friend-shaped dragon, who I name Roku. And Roku is our ticket to a free win against Eri. The game plan was simple. I lead with Roku and set up a few dragon dances to ensure I outspeed and one-shot Eri's team. A wing attack for Toxicroak and Annihilate, but then we switch things up against Lucario because of its still typing, so it gets hit by a Fire Punch. And of course, her Parsimeon gets nailed by a wing attack, leaving Eri with her Starmobile. But this car has some awful coverage against flying types, so Roku can heal with Roost before finishing the battle with 2 wing attacks. Okay, god, freaking stamina. Okay, after 3 wing attacks, and we've beaten the final Team Star boss, which means we can now take on the Elite Four. The first member of the Elite Four is Rika, the ground type master, who leads the fight with Whiscash, as I lead with Appa. Appa is able to start the fight by putting Whiscash to sleep, letting him set up 2 free Swords Dances, as when Whiscash wakes up, it just uses Future Sight, which is Future BP's problem. A Seed Bomb is able to cleanly OHKO both her Wish Cache and Camerupt. However, her Donphan has the Sturdy ability. So Appa uses Giga Drain instead to heal back some of the damage from Future Sight, which allows him to survive the incoming Earthquake before finishing off its 1 HP with a Seed Bomb. Next for Rika is her Dugtrio, who instantly sets up a Sandstorm to activate its Sand Veil ability. But Appa doesn't miss, so a Giga Drain can easily one-shot it, leaving Rika with her Ace Clodsire. But she gets rid of its poison typing, so a now super effective Seed Bomb puts it down, winning the first Elite Four battle. The second Elite Four member is Poppy, and she uses Steel types, which makes it a perfect matchup for Zuko. Well, for the most part anyway, as yes, Zuko can one-shot her Cobraja, Bronzong, and Corviknight, but her Magnezone can't be one-shot because the Elite Four are dirty, sturdy abusers, meaning it lives with 1 HP and can set up a light screen. So while a second Flamethrower does take down her Magnemite, her Ace Tinkaton is now pretty safe against Zuko's special attacking moves. So I need to stall out this light screen. I switch into Appa, who barely survives a Gigatongue Hammer before putting Tinkaton to sleep. Tinkaton is guaranteed to stay asleep this turn, so it's safe to bring in Zuko, and this was luckily the last turn of light screen. But even without the light screen, Tinkaton survives with like 1 HP. They're even abusing Invisible Sturdy, what the heck, man. Luckily Tinkaton stays asleep, and another Flamethrower can finish it off, bringing us to the next member of the Elite Four. Larry has done a full switch up, no longer using normal types, but now uses flying types. So I decide to lead with Momo as Larry leads with his Tropius. I know it's safe to set up a nasty plot here, as Tropius always uses Sunny Day turn 1. Sadly, it isn't enough for a Terra Thunderbolt to OHKO Tropius thanks to its grass typing. So Momo has to eat a Solar Beam, but I'm confident Momo can live a second attack, and with Altaria in the back, I'm going to need an extra nasty plot to one-shot it. So I take a gamble, setting up another nasty plot for +4 special attack, as Solar Beam leaves Momo on 3 HP. That could have been really bad. Well, no one on Larry's team has access to any priority moves, and Momo outspeeds everything, so it's an easy sweep from here, with Thunderbolt one-shotting the rest of his birds. This brings us to the battle against Hassel, which in my opinion is the hardest fight in the Elite Four, as he uses powerful dragon types. But sometimes you just have to fight fire with fire, so I lead the battle with my own powerful dragon type in Roku. And since Noivern is so fast, I can't afford to go for a Dragon Dance, as at +1 we still don't outspeed. So I was just going to use agility, and pray Roku's base attack was enough to carry the fight. But Noivern ends up missing its Super Fang, which means we can outspeed on the next turn to set up a Dragon Dance. Though the incoming Dragon Pulse does pack quite a punch, but it wasn't enough, and a +1 attack is all Roku needed to one-shot Hassel's whole team with Dragon-type Terra Blasts. Well, except for his Baxcalibur, which gets special treatment, as Roku hits it with the infinitely more powerful Outrage to beat the final member of the Elite Four, leading us to the battle against Champion Geeta. And surely with such a flawless run, I wouldn't lose anyone to the weakest champion in the franchise, right? Well, I mess up turn 1 as our Sparthra outspeeds Sokka and lands a super effective Lumina Crash, which would have killed him right there. But the friendship mechanic is OP, so Sokka lives with 1 HP, and a Shadow Ball kindly returns the one-shot back to the sender. Geeta then sends in her Avalugg, which is an absolute metal wall against physical attacks, but it's more like a stick of melted butter against special attacks, which Zuko abuses with a Flamethrower for the OHKO. This then brings out King Gambit, and I've seen this guy survive a Flamethrower on multiple occasions, so I decided to Terra Zuko to boost the power of his Flamethrower to ensure it gets the one-shot. Sadly, Zuko does have to dip against Geeta's Veluza, so I switch into Momo, but a Liquidation on the switch does insane damage, though he is able to heal with his Citrus Berry. And a Thunderbolt barely fails to KO the fish, and Liquidation brings Momo down to just 12 HP. I know an Aqua Jet is coming Momo's way, and it might seem weird, but I do end up sending Zuko back in. And while Aqua Jet does sting, he can finish the loser off with an air slash, and now he's in the perfect position against Go-Goat, who leaves the field as quickly as he entered it. But Zuko can't touch Gita's ace Glamora, so I do have to bring in Katara, and a Terra Blast from Glamora comes dangerously close to KOing my beautiful turtle, but she lives with red HP, which means her Surf is now boosted by her Torrent ability. This combined with her held Expert Belt means Gamora gets obliterated. See, I told you guys I wouldn't lose a Pokemon. It was just extremely close several times. Though the run is far from over, and I'm far from a good player. So, there's still a chance I lose some Kanto Shinies before the journey ends. And well, it comes quicker than you'd think, as my first late game loss is against Arven of all people. Oh, this is so embarrassing. So for the most part, the fight was going really well, with Roku taking down his first 4 Pokemon. But his Cloyster has a base 180 defense, and has Skill Link Icicle Spear, which would kill Roku. So I do switch him out for Momo, who can hit its weak special defense, but he straight up outplays me and sets up a light screen on the Switch. I could have just stayed in with Roku. This light screen is enough for Cloyster to survive the hit, and a Liquidation stings. And yeah, I can just take it out next turn, but I really needed that extra HP to deal with his Mabostiff. Because if I had full HP, I could go for Charm to lower its attack stat. But now I have like 0 safe switches, and I quickly begin to panic. I first switch into Katara, but Crunch does way too much damage on the switch, so there is no way for her to help out here. I then switch into Appa, and yes, Crunch does even more damage to him, but at least he has a chance to put it to sleep with Sleep Powder. But it actually outspeeds, and Appa, my best boy, is killed by a Psychic Fangs. Look, even if Appa did outspeed, that turn was always a gamble, but it would have been my best chance to get through this battle with 0 deaths. To make things worse, when I send in Zuko, I'm reminded of the Stealth Rocks on the field from Arven's Garganacl, half-shotting my poor dragon. I was ready to say goodbye to yet another shiny Kanto starter, as Flamethrower isn't nearly enough to one-shot, and a Terra-boosted Crunch was going to destroy my poor guy. But Zuko toughs it out with 1 HP, let's freaking go! With this 1 HP, he can now fire off a Blaze-boosted Flamethrower, which is enough to guarantee the KO. While I am glad Zuko lived, I'll never forgive myself for throwing away Appa's life like that. And hopefully, I don't mess up like that again. I mess up like that again. Next up was Clavel, and just like Arven, his first 5 Pokemon were easily dealt with by a Coal Mine boosted UA. But then he sent out his ace, and while I knew the incoming Aqua Step would hurt, I was fairly confident that UA could survive with no issues. Wait, what? Are you serious? Oh. UA. Oh. Oh, that's a tilter. Oh my god. Ugh. That really sucks. But worst of all is this death really tilted me, so I kind of misplayed for the rest of the fight. Well, sending in Momo and using Charm was actually pretty helpful, because it would mean the team could handle these Aqua Steps just a little bit better. But then I switched into Roku. And yeah, sure, the Aqua Step doesn't hurt him, but he has no way to OHKO, and is at risk to dying to the 4x super effective Ice Spinner. So I switch again, this time into Sokka, who actually tanks the hit pretty well. But then I throw the momentum, as Sokka survives an Aqua Step with yellow HP, but then misses a Hypnosis. This was such a bad play from me, as I should have just used Shadow Ball to bring it low, and then Katara could slowly bring it down with Surfs. But instead, I have to sacrifice Sokka's life to another Aqua Step, which also crit. Not that it mattered, but you know. What does matter is Sokka's Cursed Body activating, meaning Aqua Step is now disabled. so I can now safely bring in Zuko, who now walls Quaquaval pretty hard, and while Air Slash is looking like it's just shy of the 2-hit KO, the second one ends up critting, getting us the KO and winning this deadly and embarrassing battle. Thankfully nothing crazy happened in the penny fight, but I can't say the same for who I consider to be the real champion of the game, Nemona. She leads with Lycanroc and I start with Katara. Thanks to Lycanroc's insistence on using Stealth Rocks, Katara can set up 2 Shell Smashes and then she's able to one-shot Lycanroc, Pawmot, the Dunsparce and Orthworm. But her Goodra somehow survives an Ice Beam with red HP, and a Dragon Pulse sadly kills Katara. That really sucks. Like, really friggin' sucks. As now I lost 2 of my 3 starters. At least Zuko can come in and avenge his fallen brother and sister with a Dragon Claw, finishing off Goodra. And I honestly thought Zuko would outspeed against her Meowscarada. Oh my god, it outspeeds. Live! Oh, Zuko! Oh my god. Zuko refuses to die. Like, actually refuses to die. What a beast. Oh my god. Oh. What's that, like the 3rd time he's lived on 1 HP? Holy crap. Well, that could have been really scary. With Nemona defeated, we're now left with the final battle of the run. Now, I normally play Pokemon Scarlet, so it's been a really long time since I challenged AI Turo. But I'm kind of excited for a new final battle, as instead of starting the battle with Slitherwing, Turo starts with Iron Moth. And I lead with Roku, who sadly gets poisoned by the incoming Sludge Wave, so he can only get off 1 Dragon Dance. But it is enough to OHKO the Iron Moth with a Dragon Terra Blast on the next turn. Iron Bundle, however, survives the attack with red HP, and I was ready to say goodbye to Roku. But it just sets up the snow, so another Terra Blast can finish it off on the next turn. With Roku so low from the poison, I decided to just get out as much damage as possible before fainting. So one last Terra Blast half shots the Iron Thorns before Roku is sadly killed. He carried us through this late game, so it is sad to see him go, but the battle must go on. So I send in Jet, who can finish off the Mecha Tyranitar with a Drain Punch. Next is Turo's Iron Jugulus, and Jet can survive an Air Slash, but close combat just doesn't do enough damage, so sadly a Mach Punch on the next turn can't KO. So Jet also loses his life to these future Pokemon. I decide to send in my Goat Smellabee, who eats up a Dark Pulse thanks to his held Citrus Berry, and can finish the robot off with a Sludge Bomb. Smellabee then sadly loses his life to Iron Hands, but not before bringing it really low. I send in Toph, who does take a lot of damage from a Drain Punch, thanks to a critical hit. Because of course. But an Earthquake still takes it out. But now Toph is super weakened against Turo's ace and final Pokemon Iron Valiant, and of course it outspeeds and a Brick Break finishes off poor Toph. I'm now down to my final 2 Pokemon, so I send in Momo. A Brick Break does insane damage, but a Nuzzle from Momo is able to paralyze. And we then get super lucky as after landing a Thunderbolt, Iron Valiant gets fully paralyzed. So we can freely KO with a second Thunderbolt, and with that, I've won a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon Violet using only shiny Kanto Pokemon. This video ended up being a lot of fun, and I'm glad I got to show off some more underrated Kanto shinies like shiny Hitmonchan, Sandslash, and Weezing. If you guys did enjoy the video, maybe check out some of my other videos on screen now. Well, as always, stay safe guys, and thank you for watching.